In the heart of Silicon Valley, a battlefield yet unseen by most laypersons, a dramatic saga unfolds, not over coding syntax or the latest AI, but something fundamentally human, the right to speak out. At Google, a monolith in the tech industry, the once harmonious echoes of "don't be evil" seem to muffle amidst whisperings of discontent. The war being waged is not of algorithms or market dominance, but of ideologies, Google's recently labeled woke wars. Here, the company's internal activism, driven by an impassioned workforce, challenges the very fibers of corporate strategy and culture. As this drama unfolds, it commands the gaze of the wider tech industry, fueling a crucial debate on where the lines between employee freedom and corporate governance should be drawn. The genesis of the so-called woke wars at Google can be traced back to a broader societal shift towards heightened corporate responsibility and transparency. As social issues like racial justice, gender equality, and climate change became more pronounced, employees at tech giants started to leverage their platforms to influence corporate policies. Yet Google's leadership found themselves in a precarious position, attempting to uphold an open culture while steering the company through increasingly politicized waters. This tension reached a boiling point with several high-profile incidents, including walkouts and public denunciations by employees. The management's response, carefully crafted, often seemed a dance of affirmations and crackdowns as they sought to maintain operational stability without alienating their ideologically driven workforce. In response to growing internal activism, Google introduced policies that aimed to temper discussions of non-work topics within the workplace. This strategic pivot was framed as a necessity to preserve focus and foster a more inclusive work environment unmarred by potentially divisive topics. However, these measures sparked an intensified debate about the balance between employee freedoms and the needs of the organization. Critics argue that such policies, while promoting operational effectiveness, could dampen the innovative spirit that employee autonomy had long nourished at Google. The approach delineated a complex tableau. On one hand, there's an undeniable need for a focused, harmonious work environment, especially in fields as high stakes and fast-paced as technology. On the other, Google's cultural ethos and industry stature position it uniquely to set precedents for corporate governance. The decisions it makes could either enhance a culture of compliance or foster a spirit of open, critical discourse. The introduction of more restrictive speech policies at Google marks a significant shift in its corporate culture, once renowned for its openness and employee-driven innovation. This transformation reveals a deeper ongoing tension between hierarchical control and flat, open organizational structures in the technology sector. This cultural pivot influences not only recruitment and employee satisfaction, but also how potential partners in the public view Google. Tech industry employees, particularly millennials and Gen Z, value corporate transparency and ideological alignment more than previous generations, shaping their perceptions of an ideal employer. Moreover, as Google's internal policies become more conservative regarding employee activism, there might be unintended consequences like reduced employee engagement and potential stifling of innovation, elements that are critical in maintaining Google's competitive edge in the tech market. Google's handling of its woke wars sets a precedent that reverberates across all industries, prompting other companies to reevaluate their own policies on employee activism and free speech. Anheuser-Busch stock is nearing a 50% drop in stock value, and it isn't rebounding after their disaster Dylan Mulvaney campaign, and Disney became even more woke than they already were, and their stock was at its lowest in 10 years last Christmas. The people of this planet outnumber the controllers. This ripple effect challenges many industries today to find a balance that respects free speech but maintains good business practices. The stakes are high. Companies that fail to find this balance risk losing their competitive and innovative edge. In conclusion, Google's woke wars spotlight a critical junction for not just the company, but the entire tech industry, as well as many other business sectors. Where do you stand? Are businesses trying to capitalize on the woke culture going to find themselves drowning in their wokeness? Just give me a simpler time when people accepted who they were and did the best they could, when people focused less on the package and more on what's inside. Until next time, love everyone and be the best person you can be.